big land.
Huh?
It's dude, you jump in that thing, it is shiny. It is
Oh,
Chinese.
red letter, red note or something like
Red
that.
note.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I started red note. I can't read this. I go to send somebody a message and it's in Chinese and I have no idea what it's saying, so I'm not even gonna try. I went to change languages and it said that the language in English.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. We are going to go ahead and get started. If you don't mind leading us in prayer, shall I mic on?
Heavenly Father, I want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for waking us up, for getting us started. Thank you for allowing us to have the activity of our limbs, the correct way to think. Thank you for the opportunity to be in your presence each and every day. We come to the assembly as instructed, but you are with us in each and every action, each and everything that we do. I want to say thank you. Ask that you forgive us our sins. Forgive our ancestors, our sins that we do every day, knowing and unknowing, that they don't fall on our kids, our kids, and those beyond us. I want to say thank you for the opportunity to get this lesson and that nourishes our mind, body, and spirit to be taken with us moving forward. And that's in essential for my lesson.
Amen. So it's been a while, inclement weather, among other things, so we're getting back into redeeming your bloodline. Right. So today's lesson is titled, What Shame Are You Manifesting? Again, it's titled, What Shame Are You Manifesting? Now, there was a video that I was going to show, but it's only like a minute and some change, it wasn't worth it. Basically, Trump says on day one of his presidency, he's going to let us know what's going on with drones. So, with the drones, so be looking out for that. I guess it's going to happen on Monday. That's the first day. Mass deportation. Now, remember when we were talking about the World Economic Forum, they said the risk within the next 3 to 5 years was involuntary migration, mass deportation. Right. That's what's going to happen to the illegals that came over here. Mass deportation, right? So, we want to get to this lesson. So, why is it important to pray against the iniquities of our fathers? Now, where did we find that at? What book was it in? It's one of the first 5 books. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy.
I would say,
It was Leviticus 26, verses 39 through 42. Whoever wants to read, go ahead.
And they that are left of you shall hide away in their iniquity in your enemies' lands. And also in the iniquities of their fathers shall they pine away with them.
Now, that word pine away literally meant wasting away, become deteriorating, right? Okay.
For they shall confess their iniquity and the iniquity of their fathers with their trespass, which they trespassed against me. And they also, they have walked contrarily unto me.
So it's not only what praying against the iniquities of their fathers, but also admitting that we become walk contrary to the Most High. And that's what made him do the same thing as us, right?
And that I also have walked contrary unto them, and have brought them into the land of their enemies, but then their uncircumcised hearts be humbled, and they
this is what activates the Most High to remember His people that are in blood covenant with them, right? These are the protocols when you are in the lands of your captivity, right? And another reason why you want to pray against the iniquities of your fathers is because you come from trauma. Trauma, slavery, everything, right? Read these about trauma. Well, just read the slide on that.
And you don't truly know the path to having the trauma
Because we were never told these things. We were only told, read starting in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, read the actual covenant or anything in it, right?
Because you were born into generational curses that won't let you go. Because of your very own essence and DNA must be changed to wash you out.
Because if you read Leviticus 26 and Deuteronomy 28, you see that he says, if you do these things, I'm going to give you either blessings or curses. So the Most High literally spoke curses on us and in our literal bloodlines. It's up to us to read his word and figure out how we can be redeemed because of that trauma. And a lot of our ancestors had what covenants with fallen Elohim, fallen angels, right?
Wouldn't the word that all fit in
Yeah, it's Gaal versus Gaal. One is the kinsman redeemer, one is the Most High, one to destroy you completely,
there?
right?
Redeemer and slave, right?
Redeemer or the destroyer. Right? So now, we're going to go to Romans 5. I'm going to try to make today quick. Romans 5. This is all about redeeming your bloodline. And okay, from that title, what shame are you manifesting? What does that make you think?
Something, okay. I'm doing something, knowing or unknowing, that somebody before me did that brought shame on my family.
So we all do the same, so it happened before us, not past generation.
Right. Right.
Sometimes we do realize, sometimes we don't.
And sometimes we don't know. We don't know we're repeating the same things. Just the title. What shame are you manifesting? It's a personal question, you know. Am I living righteous? Am I doing the things that please the Most High?
I know, like, most of us black folks, I don't know why, bro. I don't know why. You know, most black folks, especially black men, most of us drink. And,
Which there's nothing wrong with drinking in
we
moderation.
know that, but then once you get to 1 or 2, then you want to.
Oh, yeah. Turn down for what?
And those are past.
Right.
Past, because you know, when you drink and get drunk, you know, certain thoughts come in your head, certain stuff you want to do when you get drunk, like, you know, I know that's a generational person on almost all of it.
It turns the inhibitors off.
Right. And you just feel like you can do anything
That's why
without
people say
any
liquid courage.
consequences.
It ain't a liquid courage, it's just you have no inhibitions.
That's why it's called spirit.
Literally.
Spirit.
Experience, right?
When you allow spirit to indulge too much, you open up a gateway.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For those
Yeah.
spirits to enter
Mhm.
Once you start drinking, you might want to do something. You know,
Gateway.
gateway. But once you get a little bit tipsy, you might want to do something else, and then do something else, and then reach this. And, I don't know, man. That's why I cut out drinking a couple years ago.
So
Like,
crazy,
I had
get
to.
married.
I know me and I get toasted. Yeah.
Yeah, ain't nothing good happen after that. So Romans 5. So Romans 5. I'm going to read this first slide. Therefore, being justified by faith, we have peace with Yahuwah through our Master Yahushua Mashiach, by whom also we have access by faith into this grace wherein we stand, and rejoice in hope of the glory of the Most High. And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience. You know, the Christian world, they're all worried about the great tribulation, this and this is that. We're actually supposed to be glorying in it if we really have faith in the Most High. Right? Because tribulation works what? Patience. Right? We've been going through this 400-year tribulation, 400 plus year tribulation, And if our patience has not been tested, it's definitely getting tested now with the fall of America looming, right? Then it says, in patience, experience, and experience hope. So this is supposed to be purifying and your faith in the Most High, right? Because it didn't happen on the 400th day exactly. Were you really in it for the long haul, or just because you thought it was a quick fix and get out of this thing, right? And hope maketh not ashamed, because the love of the Lord is shed abroad in our hearts by the Ruach HaKodesh, which is given unto us. So again, this is why praying against the sins of ancestors, because those sins end up manifesting into diseases, which are really diseases. They are really curses. They are really demons that keep coming through generation to generation to keep us bound. When the Most High, through His Mashiach, is trying to set us free, right? And this is all about redeeming our bloodlines, because if you can get redeemed yourself, right, and you become that beacon or that example in your family, how many others will get redeemed also? By following your footprint that you were setting, right? Trailblazers, if you will. And we know that tribulation is coming. But again, you got to have faith in the Most High. You got to be rooted in that thing, right? Because these tribulations that are coming to America now are literally for us.
Yeah.
Go ahead, whoever.
Do you have anything that you need to say?
Nope.
Fair use?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm not playing any videos yet.
Yeah, cool. I mean, words that you say.
I mean, fair use is for educational and training purposes, but no. We should be good today. So whoever wants to read this next slide.
For when we were yet without strength, in due time Christ died for the ungodly.
And that was us, because we had broken that covenant. We got what sins in every nation under heaven, not having a God. If you don't have a God, you're going to fall for anything. You have no protection at all, right?
Off the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm reading that.
For
Scarcely, yeah.
Scarcely, for a righteous man will one die.
Is that a true statement? For a righteous man, anybody ain't just going to die for a righteous man.
That's what I was looking at. I was when you said God,
Right.
I was looking at that one little part, and I was like, I had to read it like 4 or 5 times to get it.
Yet pre-adventure for a good man, some would even dare to die.
So a good man, a few people might decide to die for them, right? Because
there
there's
is some people like that, yeah.
right.
I mean,
But that's the highest form of love, to lay down your life for somebody, right?
you gotta be one of the top tier type people. Like,
Yeah, you can't just do it for everybody, right?
No. But Yah commanded His love toward us, in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. Much more then, being now justified by His blood, we shall be saved from wrath through Him. For if, when we were enemies, we were reconciled to Yah by the death of His Son, much more being reconciled, we shall be saved by His life.
So I'm going to jump back to verse 8. But the Lord commendeth His love towards us, in that while we were yet sinners, Mashiach died for us. Now, I got a question for y'all. Do y'all believe that?
I believe that our King died for us. I'll be ready to say it on 7 that, verse 7, that those all of us serve the time here for this nation. But there was some brainwashing.
That's crazy. We all felt like we're alive with the nation.
Yeah. Brainwashing like a mother, yeah.
I was looking at a documentary last night, man. It was amazing, man. The brainwashing that took place.
Yeah.
And had us, going there, fight for this wicked nation,
Yeah.
man. I'm just doing some of the most,
Yeah.
committing most atrocities against people, man.
Bro, I was there.
We shouldn't even have been doing that. But anyway, but now, yes, to answer that question, yeah, I know our King, gave his life for his people. Us first, and then for those who want to tag along and be comrades of the true Israelite nation. But you can't boast against us, though.
Yeah.
That's not going to work.
Right. And in verse 6 it said, "For when we were yet without strength, in due time, Mashiach died for the ungodly." Now, many of us have been fighting invisible battles that nobody knows about,
Everybody does.
right?
Everybody
And we're trying to figure this thing out on our own and not leaning on Mashiach.
Man, I got
Because this is why he came. This lesson, it's really got to start hitting you in the gut. Because we've been taught that, what's John 3:16 say? Speak up.
does.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life, right? So, again, do you believe that?
Wholeheartedly. Yeah, well, everybody believes it. I just think not everybody. Most people believe it, but they don't really use it because they have to cope with mechanism, you know?
Because, like,
it. My problem was always simple. He's got other things to worry about than me. I'm not that important.
I mean, yeah, but when you say it's for the whole world, honestly, it can kind of lose a little bit of value. Once saved, always saved, for instance, right? I don't have to do nothing else. He already paid the price for me,
I
right?
don't believe that at all.
And these invisible battles or invisible enemies that we're fighting, we don't even realize that's because of the iniquities of our fathers that we're fighting against. You have no clue about that. And then when he said, but Allah commended his love toward us in that while we were yet sinners, Mashiach died for us. We are the literal blood descendants of Mashiach. So before anyone else that might cleave to the covenant, it's for you. This thing was not for everybody. Go ahead.
So, does it kind of, make you think that John 3:16
We're gonna get there. I know.
Translated.
We're gonna get there.
The things that it's a little bit on the bogus side
Yeah,
from what the Gen,
It was tampered with.
because, in my mind, it should say something like, for, Hamashiach, gave his life, paraphrasing, for Israel or Yasharel, instead of for the whole world.
Right.
So, in place of the world, it should be specifically us. I mean, that's what I really feel in my heart.
Mm-hmm. No, and we're not going to talk specifically about the verse, but we're all going to talk about that subject in a minute. But I want you to sit and think about it. He literally died specifically for you, and me, and everyone under the sound of my voice. Is there people that you would die for? Right. What kind of love is that? How do you think the other person would feel if you died to save their life? Like, how remorseful would you be if somebody died to save your life? How come we don't have that same emotion when it comes to Mashiach? He is our kinsman redeemer, but we don't have no emotion. We take this sacrifice for granted. When he literally came and died to give us life eternally before everyone else in the world. He came to give you life. What kind of shame are you actually manifesting? We're going to keep going. Somebody read the next slide.
And not only so, but we also joy in God through our own Lord Yeshua, by whom we have now received the atonement. Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin, and so death passed upon all men, for that all have sinned.
So who's the one man that death or sin entered? Who was the first? Who was the first man?
What's the question?
Who was the first man to where death or sin came into play? Adam, right? Because Eve got him to eat of the fruit of the tree.
When you did, you now can die at it.
Yeah.
Right, which,
He surely died.
and that's more of a spiritual death. So he lost a lot of his power that he was naturally imbued with, right? Okay, keep going.
For until the law of sin was in the world, but sin is not imputed when there is no law.
So what does that verse mean?
If there ain't no law, there ain't no sin, right?
So, in other words, there was already sin in the world, but nothing can make it plain until the law came. Right? Because I was reading that too, then I had to read the translation comparisons. I'm like, Paul, what are you trying to
If you
say?
ain't got no laws, then how is it going to be a sin?
How is that a kingdom? There is no kingdom on this world or in the next one that does not run off of laws. That's a logical fallacy. Like, no, there's no law. The law's done away with. What kingdom are you living in? Who's your king again? So you can just do whatever, whenever, however, to whoever, whichever.
Once you say, you always say.
By grace. By grace.
Say no, grocery store.
And on times you can't have it your way.
Always say.
You got the Most High.
Always say. You can't just be good.
Uh-huh. Keep going.
Nevertheless, death reigned from Adam to Moses, even over them that had not sinned after the similitude of Adam's transgression, who is the figure of him that was to come.
Now, Adam to Moses, right? And then after Moses was Joshua, and then you had a whole bunch of judges, and then eventually you get King Saul, then King David, and then you get all the way to the New Testament when we're in a police state at home, right? But it's still reigning over us. Right, literally, we're living in a police state occupied by Rome. What?
Alright. That word, similitude.
Yeah.
You know what that means? Bro, similar. They were doing the same thing Adam did. I had to read that back. I'm like,
Even though all of us may not have sinned in the same similitude with similar to family,
that is
because
crazy.
it wasn't necessarily exactly how Adam sinned, because some of us have done worse sins than that. Murder, raping, robbing,
That's just another
stealing.
word I never heard.
You know. So again, sin and death has been reigning because the wages of sin is what? Death, right? Okay, keep going. Read this last one.
But not as the offense, so also is the free gift. For if through the offense of one many be dead, much more than the grace of Yah and the gift by grace, which is by one man, Yeshua, hath abundant unto many.
He's abounded unto many, right? But verse 14 is the reason why you have to pray going back to Adam to have those sins wiped off you, right? Because it's just ruling you. Because Adam is carnal, Mashiach is spiritual, right? Adam is your actual bloodline, like is your ancestor, right? But Mashiach is the one that's in you, right? That can make you whole, that can heal you from these generational curses, diseases, whatever the case may be, right? Okay, we're going to keep going. Verse 16. And not as it was by one that sinned, so is the gift. For the judgment was by one to condemnation, but the free gift is of many offenses unto justification. For if by one man's offense death reigned by one man caused this, right? Much more they which receive abundance of grace and of the gift of righteousness shall reign in life by one, Mashiach Yahushua, right? Therefore, as by the offense of one judgment came upon all men to condemnation, even so by the righteousness of the free gift came upon all men unto justification of life. We know that sacrifice that Mashiach did is the justification, as long as we can have faith in it. But faith without works is what? You got to be repenting. You got to be confessing. You got to be changing. You got to have a mind to want to be better, to live better, and to be able to walk in your full authority. Because again, before anybody else, Mashiach died literally for you and me. Literally. Kinfolk, kinsman, redeemer, got all. And going back to taking it for granted, we act like our lives is just so perfect here in this country. We keep forgetting that, man, we're still, a lot of times, second-class citizens. Though some of us become millionaires and billionaires, but they be a part of them secret societies, and they got to give up their humanity or their souls.
Yeah, for real.
We don't have everything that's a part of the covenant. We don't have that at all. But that's because we're not repentant. That's because we don't even value ourselves enough to appreciate what Mashiach did for us. We just, like, okay, thank you, please forgive me, and I'm just going to keep doing what my family's been doing. Am I lying?
No, that's what pretty much happens.
A real quick prayer and we go back into that sin. Or whatever the case may be, whatever that vice is, right? Go ahead.
What I'm about to do. So, we talking about how we struggle with
in these Americas. I was looking at something the other day, and I was not speaking for this thing, I speak for myself.
Okay.
Yeah, it's you know, all into purpose. But I was looking at something the other day, and it was talking about how everybody's all afraid of China. All right, cool. So they brought up the Chinese economics. Over there, the minimum wage can still eat, clothes, get you to school, do what you need to do. While over here, the minimum wage gets you, if you lucky, you get on food stamps. Yeah, if you lucky. Yeah. It's like, they were in the house the other day, and there was I can't remember one guy that had ran for president before, and he was talking about, are you gonna raise the minimum wage? He said, no. I don't see the need for it. He said,
Because even if they raise the minimum wage, they're just gonna raise inflation. Like,
Exactly.
they keep playing these capitalistic money games.
But over there,
They find a way to give you more money, they're gonna take it away, like every time, every time.
Yeah, go ahead.
for as by one man's disobedience, many were made sinners. So by the obedience of one shall many be made righteous. Moreover, the law entered that the offense might abound, but where sin abounded, grace did much more abound.
It is grace, because we broke the covenant. The grace is Mashiach died for you, so you can get back in that right standing to be a part of the fold. You don't have to die in your sins, right? You don't have to be living a spiritual death. You don't have to pass on those curses to your children. You don't have to, because of what Mashiach did, right? So that's the grace that abounded. It's because of that grace and that sacrifice that you live, move, and have your being, if that makes sense.
That
No.
as sin hath reigned unto death, even so might grace reign through righteousness unto eternal life by Yeshua Mashiach, our Elohim.
Okay, so I got a question for y'all. What part does your blood play in your life or DNA?
It can tell people what I'm allergic to. It can tell who I am on a molecular level.
It's just one lie.
Hmm?
Yeah.
It's have everything to do with it.
Because we know, but like actually knowing all of the functions of blood,
Yeah.
do y'all know what they are?
Not all of them.
First we're going to read Leviticus 17, verse 11. Whoever wants to read, go ahead.
For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your soul. For it is the blood that maketh an atonement for the soul.
So because we broke the covenant and we're in sin, Mashiach had to die, right, according to the law, right? So let's see what blood actually does.
Oxygen transport. Blood carries oxygen from the lungs to all the cells in the body via red blood cells containing hemoglobin. This oxygen is essential for cellular respiration, which provides energy for the body's processes.
So you can't even have the breath of life in you without the blood.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So the blood transports oxygen. It's pretty simple. Okay, the next one.
Carbon dioxide. Blood transport carbon dioxide, a waste product of cellular respiration, from the cells back to the lungs where it is exhaled.
So, like he said, cellular respiration coming out of your lungs. It's also called exiting exhale, right? So you don't have to live like that, right? Blood, exhale, exiting hail. Okay, keep going.
Nutrient distribution. Blood delivers nutrients absorbed from food, e.g. glucose, amino acids, vitamins, and minerals, from the digestive system to tissues and cells for energy, both and repair.
So you can't even get all the nutrients in your body without blood. And Mashiach paid that price for you, no matter what you're going through. Everything. Can't even absorb food right. What else we got?
Waste removal. Blood carries waste products like urea and creatinine from the cells to kidneys and liver, where they are filtered and excreted from the body.
So it's the blood that gets it there to your kidneys and your liver. I mean, it does everything for you. That's why the blood was always so important. the sacrifice of Mashiach for you. Literally.
Immune defense. White blood cells in the blood help defend the body against infections and foreign invaders by identifying, attacking, and eliminating pathogens.
So your blood is literally smart technology. It can identify, attack, and eliminate things that shouldn't be in there.
Locate, kill, and destroy the enemy by fire and nuclear.
That's why it's important to have your bloodline redeemed with the blood of Mashiach. With that blood and his power, because it's just curses that we're going through.
Temperature regulation. Blood helps regulate body temperature.
I didn't even know this one.
Throughout the body or releasing it through the skin. That's why we sweat and we perspire to cool our bodies down when we are hot.
The blood. Look at all these different functions that the blood of Mashiach actually has. That's crazy. I didn't think it had all that. I had no idea. Did anyone else know that? No, I didn't know it, right? So, again, what shame are you manifesting?
Question.
Go ahead.
Are you then saying that our blood gets to do these things before Mashiach?
No, I'm saying it definitely does, but it's because of him that you live, move, and have your being.
Right.
Because in the beginning, he was what? The Word, he was with the Most High, and there was nothing made without him. Literally.
Right.
So now we're going to go to John 17. And, you sure? Your mind can read, you sure?
These words spake of Mashiach and lifted up his eyes to heaven and said, Abba, the hour has come, glorify thy Son, that thy Son also may glorify thee. That thou hast given him power over all flesh, that he should give eternal life to as many as thou hast given him.
There's a set number of people that are written in this book of life, right?
And this is life eternal, that they might know thee, the only true Elohim, that Mashiach, whom thou hast sent.
So was Mashiach saying that he's the only true God there? No, he said that they may know the one and only true creator, right? He made a distinction right there for people that get confused about the scriptures, right? Okay, keep going.
I have glorified thee on the earth, and I have finished the work which thou gavest me to do.
Have y'all finished the work that Mashiach and Most High have given y'all to do? Because I know we're just getting started. Are we working towards it? That's what we have to be doing. Huh? No, we're all striving and working towards it. Have to.
I have more years behind me than I do ahead of me.
I don't know about that. You never know. You never know.
And now, O Abba Yah, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was.
So he had a glory before this reality was made, right? What were you going to say, Jamal?
Before they make the world, like, what was they doing out there, bro? Like, what was going on?
Whatever they wanted to?
I don't know, but it must have been bored. There wasn't no earth to watch over it and get rules and all that. Like, what was they doing? Just kicking it?
Enoch tells you a lot of things they were doing, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't born by no means.
Say what? Oh, yeah?
Other guys started to go on earth.
I ain't gonna lie, I started looking at it on YouTube. I went to go open up the book, and I opened it up to the first page, and I was like, I ain't ready yet.
There's so much information on this.
The Most High doesn't like lazy. Lazy.
Yeah, when they're going out.
The angelic beings always had something to do.
Mm-hmm. It's an order, it's a kingdom, so yeah.
I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou hast gavest me out of the world. Thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word.
So he said, I have what?
Gave them.
Word.
No, he said, I have
Manifested.
manifested what?
Amen.
So the whole purpose of Mashiach being on earth was to do what?
To
Manifest his name. Now, what is, well, I'm going to go to the Greek word for manifest. Phaneru, right? Make, manifest, appear, manifest. I mean, you get the gist, right? Now, the Hebrew word for name, what does it say the pronunciation is? Shame. So what name are you manifesting in? Is it in the Most High? Or is it in Adam? Right? Because Adam is carnal. Right? But Mashiach gives us life from above. So what name are you manifesting in your life? Is the question you have to start asking yourself. Right? So we're going to go back to that one. What name are you manifesting? Is his name written in your forehead? Right? Keep going.
Now they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me are of thee.
Right? Because he manifested that in front of them. Right? Keep going.
For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me.
So Mashiach came down speaking his own word, right?
No,
Okay. All right.
and they have received them, and have known surely that I came from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me.
So when the prophets and even Mashiach says that he came for you, do you believe it? Right? Because it's one thing to be given the words, but you still have to accept them and believe them things. Right? It has to be written on the doorposts of your heart. Right? Keep going. Mm-hmm. So remember we read John 3:16 earlier, right?
That's
Read
why
this
they
one.
ready for now.
Exactly.
I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me. For
Now-
they are thine.
So who did the Most High give Mashiach?
The people, his people.
His people, right?
Yeah.
So people take John 3:16 way out of context.
That's because it was tempered, the Bible was tempered.
It's not even that. The world is Israel in that context, right? The world was not all the world because the whole world didn't go. He didn't go see. He only went to Israel, or where we were sent into captivity, those lands, right? So did you read 10?
I did not, and all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them.
Right, because they're one, right? Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
Nothing, I love it here.
Right? So what name are you manifesting? Right? So then you go to John 11. Keep reading. Oh, yeah. No, go ahead, Jamal.
And now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world.
So his people are still in the world, right?
And I come to thee, Holy Father, keep through thine own name those whom thou hast given me, that they may be one as we are. While I was...
So, hold on, man. You read that kind of fast. Read that one more time. Listen to what Mashiach is saying to the Most High.
And now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world, and I come to thee, Holy Father. Keep through thine own name those whom thou hast given me, that they may be one as we are.
To be one with the Most High as we are?
Yeah.
Bro, because that was only his disciples at that time, and then they kept pushing the word, right? But to be one as they are?
Yeah.
You realize how powerful that is?
Yeah. They don't get no power with it.
They don't.
Literally.
That's from the top.
Yeah.
That's for real top flight security of the world, Craig. Keep going.
While I was with them in the world, I kept them in thy name. Those that thou gavest me, I have kept, and none of them is lost. For the son of perdition,
Right,
that
Judas.
the scripture might be fulfilled.
Right.
And now come I to thee, and these things I speak in the world, that they might have my joy fulfilled in themselves.
That's what he wants for us. Keep going.
I have given them thy word, and the world hath hated them.
The world hated them, right?
Because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world.
So how would the Most High send him to, because he loved the whole world, right? And then later on in the same book that he says that,
Yeah,
he's not of the world.
yeah.
Keep going.
I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil.
So that kind of sounds like there's not going to be a tribulation rapture like people be talking about. Mashiach, yeah, just keep us away from that, like a Goshen,
Yeah.
right? Keep going.
They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. As thou hast sent me into the world, even so have I also sent them into the world. And for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through the truth.
And for whose sakes? Wait,
For their sakes, bro.
so, and this will be the disciples,
Yeah.
right? His bloodline,
Yeah.
he was sanctified and he did those things for. If you don't believe me, we're going to see. Keep going.
Neither pray I for these alone, but for them also which shall believe on me through the world.
So do you believe that Mashiach died for you?
Yeah. You got, I mean,
His original prayer was not for the world.
No, this is in the same book that people pull John 3:16 from.
And then it extends, it's like, here's your extended warranty.
Right.
This is your warning before the purge. This is your horns and your message. This is for them. You can come along too, but
It's mainly for them.
these are my people.
Yeah, that's my
I
kinfolk.
rock with them.
Right, my blood, me
If
brethren.
you rock with them, I rock with you, but I rock with them.
First,
Because I pray not for them.
yeah, not for the world, but for them. That they all may be one, as thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee, that they also may be one in us,
Man,
that the world may believe that thou hast sent me. And the glory which thou gavest me, I have given them.
what did he just say?
And the glory which thou gavest me, I have given them.
That's wild.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
That's what you call being an adopted son and that back into our own covenant, right? Keep going.
That they may be one, even as we are one. I in them, and thou in me, that they may be made perfect in one, and that the world may know that thou hast sent me, and hast loved them, and thou hast loved me. Yeah. Father, I will that they also, whom thou hast given me, be with me where I am, that they may behold my glory, which thou hast given me. For thou lovest me before the foundation of the world.
So he wants the whole world to see that glory? Or just,
He wants the disciples.
like, am I making that up?
Yeah, no. No.
He said he wants people to get in the club.
But,
He wants people to get in the club with him. To be up there with him. On the stage with him.
Yeah.
It was
Them pearly gates, though.
It was a euphemism.
Yeah. A metaphor, I get you.
O righteous Father, the world hath not known thee, but I have known thee, and these have known that thou hast sent me. And I have declared unto them thy name, and will declare it, that the love wherewith thou hast loved me may be in them, and I in them.
I start reading the same stuff over and over, bro.
Yeah, I mean, because they're just
Yeah.
making sure, like, it's a stronger emphasis on them. Them, not the world. Them, they're not of the world, neither am I of the world. Be one with me and the Father, right? Over and over and over again, right?
It's like when you trying to talk to your pops and you say, Pops, can I go, can I go, can I go, can I go? You have to keep asking, before he say anything. I feel like that's what he's doing, is he's trying to get his attention.
Yeah.
He's talking to
Like that
you.
one.
Whenever they say it more than once, it's like exclamation marks, right?
Yeah.
One more thing about, or two more things about blood.
Clotting and healing. Platelets and clotting factors in blood prevent excessive blood loss by forming clots at the site of injury.
Yeah, anything to keep you alive.
Yeah.
That's what the blood does, right?
pH balance, and homeostasis. Blood maintains a stable pH and electrolyte balance, ensuring the body's internal environment remains optimal and enzymatic and cellular functions.
Right.
You know,
So many functions of the blood.
Blood plays a role in carrying your DNA because it contains white blood cells, which are the only blood cells with a nucleus and therefore the only ones that hold your genetic material. Essentially, when you extract DNA from testing, it is typically extracted from the white blood cells present in a blood sample.
So it's all about the blood, right? And if you don't believe me, who Mashiach came for, somebody please go to Matthew 15 real quick. I don't have it on here. On your phone? And none of y'all have a phone?
I got my phone with me.
Go to Matthew 15, read verse 24. Matthew 15, verse 24. Come on now.
Matthew 15, verse 24.
Oh, okay. Matthew 15 and verse 24.
It says, I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. From that part?
Now, who's talking there?
Yeshua.
Mashiach.
Yeah.
So, read again what he said.
I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
So, that atoning blood is for who? Your kinfolk died for you. Ancestor died for you.
And he said in response to Canaanite woman who asked him to heal her demons with his daughter. That's what he said to her.
Right. So, he lets us know who he came for. That's him on words, not mine. It's a personal thing. Something to really reflect on. Huh? He ended up
Being nice.
like making her whole.
But he just made it known who he came.
Yeah, it was just one of those
It's not for
things.
everybody. I'm not for everyone.
Like,
I'm for a specific group of people.
we're going over this still so you can start to make it personal. It's not just, yeah, we're the Hebrews. No, somebody literally died so you could live. Even so, we had some other ancestors that had to do some things and maybe had to die to where we could eventually be made. I don't know why I keep doing it. I took this other medication and I shouldn't have done that. That's my bad on that. Huh? No, it's like my nerves. I don't know. We'll talk about it offline. We'll talk about it offline because I be so much more stuff I be wanting to talk about. I'm like, I can't. I'm going too fast. I'm trying to slow down.
You ain't even going there.
I'm going fast. In my mind, I'm going fast, is what I'm saying. So, anyway, so we have been reading Psalms 86. We're going to finish this. This will be the last slide we do today. Psalms 86, now we're on verse 15. But thou, O Master, are an Alua full of compassion and gracious, long-suffering, and plenteous in mercy and truth. O turn unto me, and have mercy upon me. Give your strength unto your servant, and save the son of your handmaid. Show me a token for good, that they which hate me may see it, and be ashamed, because you, Yahuwah, has hope in me and comforted me. So why did Mashiach have to die?
For us.
Why? For us, why? Hmm?
To fulfill it, fulfilling the prophecy and the covenant.
He was fulfilling scriptures, but as a nation, we had become so wicked that we had broken the covenant, and we were like a woman that was supposed to be married to the Most High, and he stands as the Most High, I guess you would say, because we're supposed to be married to him, right? There is no greater love than to die for people that wanted you to die, because our ancestors said what? Like, give us Barabbas and let his blood be upon us. That is the sin of innocent blood. And he was still willing to go through all of that for you. Go ahead.
And also, you want, you take it a little further than that. You know, when, after we talk about house of time and his one, you gotta remember that they were created, you know, perfect. And that, our King, our Yah, he loved them just like he loved us. So you gotta look at it, in order for him to, what father wants to really kill his own children?
Yeah.
So in order for him to go ahead and make it where, hey, I can do this now. You killed me through hostages. You killed me. So now I ain't got no remorse in getting rid of you or anybody else that was done.
No, I mean, that's true. And, you know, all of us here are fathers. Killing your own son or daughter, when they didn't want, they literally did not want to be saved, many of them. And he still died for them anyway. And then he said what? Forgive them, for they know not what they do. And even though the Most High is all powerful, Mashiach still came from him. That's still his son. That it's a hard, well, some of us know it's a hard thing to lose a child. When you have the power to stop it. And when they cry out to you for you to stop it. He started bleeding blood or sweating blood, excuse me.
Not even just that, when he got crucified, he cried before he didn't want to go through that, bro.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. He started sweating blood. He was crying and praying to the Most High. Because the Most High could have. Because we had to be saved. We had to be redeemed.
But that lets you know, like, the Yeshua from heaven, he was scared of the pain he was about to go through. And he about to die on top of that.
But like, you got to think how forward the Most High is looking. That bloodshed was not even for them. That bloodshed was for our generation. And our children's generation. For the stuff that's getting ready to come on this world. That's why it's important, imperative to be redeeming our own bloodlines through prayer, supplication, fasting. I'm telling y'all, man, this stuff is about to get crazy. The first day of 2025, there was that shooting in New Orleans.
And the truck blew up in front of Trump Towers.
Truck blew up in front of Trump Towers. We got drones everywhere. We don't know what's going on. All these UFO sightings. Trump been president since before he was inaugurated.
Yeah, pretty much.
There was an alleged ceasefire or peace.
Not no more.
Did they start it back up?
Yeah, it's not starting because y'all came on TV live for we had the service today. So you can't honor that ceasefire until Hamas gives them a hostage.
In other words, until Trump comes.
Yeah.
Like, they're setting the stage for Trump to look like some type of messiah. I'm telling you, man. Peace and safety. You better be careful. Go ahead, Evan.
He didn't want to die. He was careful with that. Actually, what he was doing, you know, he knew what he came here for. Our king knew what his purpose was.
Right.
What he was doing, when he was out with the altar that morning cross, he was doing was quoting the Psalm of David. For that way, those that knew, to make it, put it, those that were sitting there watching, that, you know, all our people grew up knowing what the word said.
Right.
That they knew when he was quoting the Psalm of David.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
To let you know that I'm him.
To let you know that this here was, and I'm the one that was spoken of back during the time of David.
Yeah.
Because David was a prophet himself.
Yeah,
He
no.
was the king and he was a prophet.
Now that's a fact.
Yeah.
But he was still, like you said, he was
scared,
he was sweating blood.
I thought before he got crucified,
Like,
by something like,
He's like, Father, if you can, man, take this, move this cup. Like, yeah, man, because these people, they don't even want it. And the Most High was like, it's not for this generation. It's for the generations to come. So that these bloodlines can be redeemed by the atoning blood of Mashiach, not of bull and goats.
Actually, you be more strong, like he from heaven, and you being a human, you know how much that pain gonna be.
Bro,
He didn't want to go through it himself.
he suffered just like we suffered, man. Like, all the lust or whatever that tries to take hold of us, he went through all that. He was a human. Like, yeah. But that always gets me, man. He was sweating blood. That's scared, man. And then his disciples couldn't even stay up with him. They kept falling asleep.
Before he got arrested, like he was like, man, I don't want to go through this.
And then he had to call Judas, knowing that Judas was going to be the reason why he gets killed.
Yeah.
Like, I know you're a devil. Come on.
Calling the assassin.
Come on.
And saying, this is my address.
All because he came to do his Father's will. Because if it would have just been Mashiach's will, he'd probably be like, no, you get up out of here. Let me go ahead and fight like David did, or greater than David now. But that wasn't the time. That time is coming.
Out here and knock everything off.
You know, what's amazing, you have to even look at the 12 gangsters that ran with him.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
They don't you realize that they were chosen before they were even in their mother's womb?
Yeah.
Before the foundation, they were chosen to do that. So Judas he had a job to do that from before he was even in his mother's womb. That was, what did he tell him? You know, when he found him, you want to come follow me? Now he said you want. He said come follow me. And they dropped what they. You know, how many of us would, you know, in the
Knowing this person gonna get you
They out
killed.
there
Like,
fishing, they out there fishing, throwing nets, and he said, come, go, I'll make you fishers of men. Who gonna stop a job?
That's
From
right.
feeding the people.
oh, my dad.
Making
Because they was working for their dad. They was working for their dad. Like, yeah, we gotta go. I'm like,
And it was like,
this ain't it. I see the light.
like, for real. He didn't tell him he was gonna walk on water. He didn't tell him nothing he was gonna do. He was just like, hey, what's up? Bro,
Dropping you, brother, and let's go.
Just like Elder said, before the foundation of the world, you know, it's still y'all. It's still us. A lot of times we just be scared
which begs the
because it's not the cool thing to do. You know, go ahead.
begs the question. They were together before the foundation of everything. So, did he not know his plan?
Who?
Or the word? Did the word not know the Most High's plan?
Of course he knew the plan. That's why he was trying to get it avoided.
Whenever it got here and started going through all the motions of a human and all of that stuff, and it came time to do the deed, he did what?
I don't think like as a kid he knew. I think once he got older.
Right, because a child is still a child, right?
Yeah.
Now, he probably was awakened a lot earlier than most, right?
He was. 'Cause he
Yeah.
was teaching grown.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he went to Egypt until the age of 12. There's something about Egypt, you know. A wise and understanding people, the book says. And
Yeah, but he learned what his calling was when he got older. Like he knew he was that man.
I mean, most of us already know what our calling is. We just don't, we're scared to do it, don't want to be in that position. No one else in our family is doing it. None of our friends are trying to do it. And so we just kind of want to just stay out the way. When he's like, hey, come follow me.
Yeah.
People be knowing.
Hey man, no flesh, like what are you doing?
Bro, ain't that wild though? Like, oh man, oh yeah, you know what? It's that time.
Hey Pop, I'm done working
And
later.
because like it's like Elder called them gangsters because Peter was ready to cut somebody's ear off, just like at a moment, like
Yeah.
who wanted what? Mm.
Like, that had to be a sharp sword, cutting through flesh is not easy.
Boy, one slice, one slice.
Cut through chicken ain't easy.
And that was a warning. That was a warning. He could have killed that man.
Still he was here.
Think about it this way, my brother. To take a sword and cut somebody's ear off without splitting their head. You get somebody you don't learn.
That's what I said. That was a warning. That's what I was saying. Like,
You grabbed it from the sheep, came out, whap, whap.
That's somebody that was a master.
that's some anime type stuff. Like, he did what?
He was a master of the art.
Bro. People be thinking they was soft. Like, nah, they wasn't soft. The Mashiach wasn't no punk either. Like, stay getting kicked out of places.
I'm saying about all 12 of them. You gotta remember, man, it's about the world then, it was about like it is now, right? It wasn't very nice. You had robbers, thieves, murderers. They all was packing, man.
Yeah, and
They
like,
all were packing, bro.
and like once Mashiach came back, he told him, hey man, go to the store and buy you a sword. Like, hey, you want to use that thing. You might have to go through some things. Keep that toolie on deck. But that's all I got. Did that make sense?
Yeah,
You mind praying us out?
sure.
Father, Yahweh, thank you for this day and allowing us to gather and just share your word. And hopefully, this message has went out to touch the heart of somebody where, hey, even with just one, you know, your crew up in there in the Shawnee rejoices. So we ask you to look out for us in our journey today and for the coming week and protect us and those out in the listening audience. In Mashiach's name, amen.
And Father, we also want to ask for the removal of the iniquities of our forefathers, Father, and our families, Father. Father, help us to have our bloodlines redeemed and to truly walk after you, Father. Please remove all distractions from us, Father. Give us contrite hearts, Father, broken spirits, Father, for our salvation. We are your people, Father. Please remember your covenant. In Yahushua's name we pray. Amen. Thy will be done. So we are YAH'S Assembly. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, like and share our content, and as always, until next time, Shalom, John.
Whoa!